Welcome to class. Today we are going to be focusing on grounding, and that term refers to coming back to your center and rooting down, feeling calm and strong and centered. In fact, like we can think about our center, our navel center, our center point, which is about 2 finger widths below your belly button. And we want to think about that center as being not just on the surface, but it is inside because we are 3 dimensional. So it's somewhere in the middle there. And we're going to feel the power of rooting into the base, feeling our center, engaging the core, and then also feeling not just our physical center, but also our mental center, our emotional center, and the spirit that is unique to all of us. Welcome to class. If you would like to come with me, you can go ahead and start your Spotify playlist now. We're going to start in mountain pose, feeling the solidness of your body. You could close your eyes or come into a soft gaze. You want to make sure that you keep your knees soft. And then sensing the bottoms of our feet. Breathing in and out through the nose. And if you like, you can let your body shift a little bit, front to back, just noticing your center point, where that center point is. And then you can let your body also shift side to side, staying connected to your roots, to the ground. And then you could also perhaps circle around, spiraling around our center. Noticing your spine, your vertebral column, and then letting it go the other way around. Staying connected to the breath, to your feet. And then when you're ready, finding your way back to center. We're going to take a step out with one foot, and we're going to come up onto the ball of the foot. And I want you to feel into your front of your back hip, and then taking the arms long, see if you can bring it up next to your ear and around. So some of you might be out here, and that's perfectly normal. But we're circling the arms. You could soften that front knee, circling the arm around, reaching with the fingertips, feeling into the edge of our arm extension. Breathing in, turning the palm down, exhaling out. One more time in this direction. And then how about taking it backwards and around? Feeling into whole foot, ball of foot. Heel is lifted on that back foot. 2 more times around. Last time around. And then bring it back to center. Shifting to the other side. Ball of foot. Up on that heel, you can feel into soft knees. And then extending the arm around. Reach, reach, reach. Notice if one side is different than the other. Breathing. One more time around in this direction. And then bring it back and around. Stay connected here. That center point, 2 finger widths below your belly button. One more time around. And bring it back to center. So stepping wide on your mat, you want to turn maybe sideways. We're going to come into goddess pose. So arms come up. I'll notice that my toes are turned out. And then I'm going to sink the tail straight down. So I have my tail tucked here. So from the side, you can see my base of my spine. And we're going to exhale down and inhale up. Bringing positive tension into your arms. Inhale. You could even spread your fingers, bringing positive tension into your fingers. Feeling into your hips and your shoulders. You could look down as you come down and look up. Two more. Last one. You could toe heel your feet back underneath you, taking a deep breath in. Hands come to touch and exhale right down through center. We could bend our knees and then shoot it back up. Breath in. Bend our knees. See if you can keep your knees behind the tips of your toes. Two more times. Last one. We can take it around, spiraling the body, looking behind you. Turning your head. And bringing it back to center. Side bend with hands down by the side, touching your body. You could draw the elbow up. Only coming over as far as it feels okay to your spine. Sensing your solid, earthy, grounded body. Two more times, one on each side. And then back to center. Okay, we're going to do our cat-cow, but standing this time. So you could draw your elbows back and stick your chest out, remembering to keep a tuck in your tail, and then round the spine. So it's inhale up and exhale. Forward, shoulders back. Arching the spine, flexing the spine. Draw into that center. Last one. bringing it back to center. Feeling into the bottoms of your feet, mountain pose. You can close your eyes again, back where we started. Coming into our chair pose. Feet can either be hip width apart, or you could try bringing them together and squeezing your thighs together, sinking your hips back and down. Hands could come to the heart. Hands could stay here. Hands could come straight out. Squeeze towards midline. Central vein coming up through the body. Maybe lift your heart a little bit up to the sky. Breathing through any minor discomfort. Shaking might happen here. Feel into that. Minor tremors, earthquakes. And then exhale back to center. Awesome. Let's find our way to the front of our mat. Shoulders down away from your ears. Extend your neck long. We're going to step the right foot back and into our warrior two pose. So shifting your body weight, lift, and then take one big step back or maybe a couple of steps. And you want to take your time setting up the pose. So we want to make sure that the knee does not come out over the ankle. Eventually, you want to see if you can get that thigh, that front thigh, parallel to the floor. And then that back foot turns in as a little kickstand. And we want to make sure that we are rooted down through center. So my chest is stacked right over my pelvis. My head is right over my chest. And my arms are out. Palms down. Feeling into maybe a little wobble. That is completely normal when you first begin. But eventually we want to see if we can root down and bring the energy in and up. So you want to see if you can squeeze your thighs together. And you can feel that kind of that squeeze, and that helps to lift the center body. Okay, palm up, front hand. Back hand can come down, and we have exalted warrior here. Breathe. Little side bend. And if you like, you could take your gaze down to the back foot, down to the earth. And then maybe back up to the sky, as if you're standing on top of the mountain. Take a deep breath in. We're going to come back here. We're going to pick up that back heel, turn, and step to the front. We're going to shift, and we're going to lift that leg we just had stepped back with. Lift it up into the sky, sending up as straight as you can. Find your gaze point, a little balance pose. Flexing the foot can help. And then place that foot back down. Other foot gets to step back. One big step or a couple of little ones. Take your time to set up the pose. Arms can come out. Do you feel wide enough to be stable, to be rooted, to be grounded? Breathing. Bringing the energy of those thighs towards one another and lifting the body up. Palm, front hand turns up. Lifting, side bend to the back leg. Keep that bend in your front leg. pull in your low belly. Exalted warrior. Breathe. You can look down towards that back foot if you like. Take a deep breath in, looking back up towards the arm, top of the mountain. Solid foundation. Bring it back to center, picking up that back foot, turning, stepping forward, and then lifting that leg that we just had stepped back with. See if you can extend down through that rooted long leg. You could flex the leg or the foot that is up in the air. Find your gaze point. Breathe. And then when you're ready, place that leg back down. Mountain pose. Notice the heat you may have generated holding the poses, isometric muscle contraction. Breathing and letting your heart rate go back down to baseline. We're going to take a deep breath in and come into our forward fold. Hands down by the heart. Could come over with a straight back. You could let yourself just relax here in your forward fold. Maybe bend your knees deeply or just a little bit. You could let your belly rest on the tops of your thighs. Seeing if we can get the top of our head down towards the ground. Now we're going to step the right foot and then the left foot back. So you need to get your hands down to the floor, coming into our downward dog. Spreading your fingers, pressing and rooting down through the whole hand. From here, we're going to come forward and into plank position. You can always drop your knees right away, or rooting down through your hands, we want to press the mat away. Arch up the upper back, tuck your tail, and get as in alignment as possible. So your gaze is down. And when you're ready, if you're up in the sky still, you could take your knees to the ground and then lower yourself down. Sphinx position. Elbows down onto the ground, pulling yourself forward, lifting your heart. Extend your neck long. Take a deep breath in. Hands come back underneath the heart. Curl your toes, lift, and then come back into your downward dog. We're going to step the right foot forward and then the left foot coming into our forward fold, and then either coming up with a straight spine or rolling up. We're going to do the other side. So take a deep breath in, maybe a little bit faster this time. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands to the floor. This time the left leg gets to step back. Right leg, downward dog. Pressing down through all of your 10 fingers. Heel can come down towards the floor, plank position. You could always come to kneeling plank right away. One deep breath. Knees come down. Lowering yourself down, and Sphinx. Pull yourself forward, lift the heart. Long neck, shoulders down, away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, hands back underneath. Curl your toes, knees, balls of the feet, press back. This time the left leg gets to step forward. Right leg gets to step forward. Forward fold and coming up. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale down. Stepping right and then left. Downward dog. Plank position. Lowering your knees down. heart down, and come here. You could bring your hands underneath your cheek. You could bring your feet up into the sky and let the legs go side to side. Take a moment here. Feel the energy of the earth in the belly. You could turn your head the other direction. And we're going to come into our pose of the day, which is locust pose. So, locust pose is that balancing on your belly pose. Hands could come down out at a 45-degree angle. This is Salambhasana, locust pose. Palms are down. We're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to lift the head, lift the legs, lift the arms. Salambhasana, pose of the day, locust pose. Breathe. Feel that belly on the earth. Rooting down through the center space right underneath your belly button. Feel your strength. You can always come down if you need to. We're going to hold it here for just a few breaths. Relax your jaw, relax your eyes. Feel the power of this pose, the heart, the muscles, the bones, solid, centered, rooted, grounded. Take a deep breath in, lift a little bit higher, and then turn so that you can place your hands, palms up on the ground beside you. You could turn your head and then just feel the effect of the pose on your body. Breathe nice and deep. You could press your belly into the floor on every inhale. Slowing your heart rate back down. Okay, let's find our way up and into child's pose. So knees wide, sinking hips back towards your heels. Maybe arms can come out. Forehead down. Forehead to the earth. Finding your way up. We're going to do our kneeling plank. So knees can come back in underneath your hips. We're going to extend. Actually, let's shift our body weight first to the left foot. Left foot comes out at an angle. We're going to do a little kickstand. Left hand comes center. And then I'm going to extend my right leg long and reach up towards the sky. This can be turned into a balance pose by lifting that back leg, flexing the foot. Breathing. Let's bring that leg back down. Now from here, what I want to do is I want to draw in towards my core, and I'm going to take that arm that's up in the sky underneath my armpit and reach around, a little spinal twist. And then I'm going to open back up, reaching to the back, opening the front of the chest, and then opening the back of the chest. So just flowing with your breath here. Inhale up and exhaling back down. Couple more times. Last one. Bring it back to center. Bring the hand back down, knees back, come back to center. Now this other foot out to the side, hand plants, spread your fingers. You could hold it right here, nice and strong. This could be turned into a balance pose by lifting that back leg, flexing the foot. Side plank kneeling. Pull your low belly in. Solid foundation. Foot comes down. Arm that's up in the sky can come underneath armpit. Inhaling up and exhaling back down. Opening and closing your heart. Two more times. Last one. Bringing it back to center. We're going to sit back onto our knees, finding our way here, seeing how this feels to our ankle joints. And then we're going to find our way over onto one hip and into cobbler's pose. So soles of the feet can come together. We want to feel rooted down through the base of the spine. If you need to, you can always move your legs further away. You could grab onto your shins. You could even create a little tension in your arms and lean back a little bit just to support the back, but your back should be nice and straight. Now sensing the base of your spine rooting down, and then the crown of your head extending up, feeling connected to the ground, centered. You could close your eyes for a moment, feeling the alignment. If it feels good to your body, you could come off alignment and just rock gently side to side. Just checking in with your spine, your head, and your neck. Being curious. Coming back to center, we're going to take our feet out away from our pelvis, and we're going to find our way over into a forward fold, keeping the low back straight. So maybe this is where you are today. Maybe you could come a little bit further. You want to check in with your low back and make sure that it is straight. Wherever you are, let your chin come into your chest and just relax the head. On every exhale, you want to see if you can go to those places where you feel tightness in your body and explore that sensation, and perhaps consciously work to release the tension. So inhale and exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into the pose. Option here is to take the forearms underneath your shin bones for tortoise pose. Sensing the ribs connected to your spine as a shell. Maybe your underground tortoise, desert tortoise in its burrow. this tortoise can bloom. So we could perhaps find our way up. If your hands are not underneath your shins, you could bring them there now, or you could just keep them here. But we could come into flower like a lotus, balancing and rooted down, balancing, reaching up through the mud, the water. Taking a deep breath in, we could transform this into boat pose. So you could hold it right here. You could extend the legs, maybe lean back into it. You could hold on to the legs, or you could bring your arms out. This is boat pose. Sometimes flexing your feet can help. We're going to grab onto the backs of our knees and lower ourselves down to the floor. Happy baby, feet up to the sky. Knees are wide. You could work on pulling your knees down to the sides of your body. You could grab onto your shins. You could grab onto the bottoms of your feet. And if it feels good, you could gently rock side to side, letting your body weight be massaged by the earth, muscles, connective tissue. And you'll notice that this is hip flexion. So we're going to do a little counter pose here by bringing the feet down onto the ground, sensing into the front of your hips for bridge. So taking your feet hip width apart, we're going to keep our thighs parallel. We're going to roll up and we're going to lift, staying on your shoulders, breathing nice and evenly, relaxing your jaw. Checking in with your mental center, your emotional center, your spirit. Grounded, rooted, nourished. Starting at the top of the spine, we're going to slowly, with control, lower ourselves down. You could grab the backs of your thighs and roll like a ball, back and forth. And then doing whatever would feel good to your body before final relaxation. Whatever pose might feel good. If you need to grab a sweatshirt or something to drink, or if you're perfectly fine in this present moment, taking the time to do the practice, which always consists of this stepping out of your practice with final relaxation. Super important to gain all the benefits of our yoga practice. Sensing all the places in your body that are in contact with the earth. What does that contact feel like? What is that sensation of touch and pressure and weight, temperature? Scanning the body, noticing parts of the body that you might not otherwise notice. Maybe backs of heels, backs of your calves, Backs of your knees may be elevated from the earth, thighs, pelvis, ribs, shoulder blades, the back of the skull. And energetically, just for fun, see if you can expand your awareness to what lies beneath your body. You could visualize maybe laying in the forest floor, laying in the desert, or maybe just where you are. You could even visualize moving down through the layers of your surface. Sending tendrils down into the ground. Once you've done that, you feel sufficiently nourished by your rootedness, you could bring your awareness to the top of your body that is in contact with the sky. Sensing the surface, the interface between your skin and the air above. And perhaps letting that boundary between you and the sky expand and dissolve, and allow yourself to be pulled up towards the sky. Even though you are expanding outward and upward, you are still rooted. You're still safe and solid foundation. Fearlessly exploring the edge. Your awareness, your connection to all of creation, to the universe. Staying here for as long as you like.